guys, this is Matt for Creative. Today we're here at the New York International Auto Show and we are at the Lincoln section, and this section is something that kind of speaks to me because growing up, my parents and I, we always had Lincolns. We had the MKX, we had, what were the other models? We've had Lincolns for years and years and years, and apparently they were established in 1922, so this is their 100th year anniversary, so that's pretty special, and I really want to see what they've brought out for 2022. Now for me, I've been outside of the automotive space for about 10 years, not really looking at anything other than maybe the tech aspects of some electric cars, but let's take a look and see some of these cars that they have. All right, before we look at any of the new cars, let's look at this Continental. Look at this beautiful 1956 Continental Mark II. Yeah, that is an impeccable car, also impeccably well kept. You can see a little bit of yellowing on the interior sidewalls of the tires. That's okay. Wow, look at this car. I'd love to have one. My father and I, we do have an old, not this model, but an old Lincoln, and that's something we're trying to upkeep. But this is a gigantic, beautiful car. I could easily see somebody driving this in New York as a spectacle. But let's take a look at the cars that are here currently. Okay, this one obviously is an EV. This one is the Corsair, yes, the 2021 Grand Touring plug-in hybrid. And again, if you want all the tech specs, that's all online. I will not bother with that here today. We're definitely looking at the visual aspects on these cars. Color-wise, this is something that is borderline for me. Usually for this, I would like to see, at least in showcases, showrooms, a kind of pearlescent white. Here we have almost a champagne gray, and if it was a traditional gray, I would not like it whatsoever because that really hides lines. But this kind of champagne gray, also sitting in a shadow, I don't know what this does. This is the only, This car is in shadow. That car in the same color is in shadow. This blue, darker blue, is not in shadow. Interesting. Really interesting how they are coloring this here too. And as we walk around, let's see exactly what this is. This is the Aviator. 2022 Aviator. Again, if you just want to pause on this, you can take a screenshot. Look up all the tech specs on the inside. Let's see the interior. Yes, a nice brown going with this blue definitely works. Yes, I think they did a great job with that. Lincolns have always been one of my favorite brands to be around, and I think honestly it's because when they had the Lincoln MKX, they had that one light bar that goes around the back. That is now kind of in their DNA in certain vehicles, and you can see here, yes, there, even better. I think it's a little bit more eye-catching because the color, but yes, that really does work well. All right, let's see, this is the Nautilus. And again, when we had our Lincolns, they were like letters and numbers. They did not have actual names, like MKX, all of the other ones. Why is it so hard for me to remember what these were? But this is the 2021 Lincoln Nautilus. Crossover vehicle, not as aggressive as the other ones, not as small as the first one that we looked at here. Toned down, but with that nice light bar here, which I think does kind of pull this together. Is this the same kind of champagne gray as the other ones? No, this one's lighter. This is the pearlescent white in shadow. Again, it does kind of confuse me on the look of these things. Let's go across. Ooh, what is this? I thought that was going to be the name. It just says, please keep off the display. Anyway, green is never a color that I go for when I do get a car. It just looks a little bit off to me. It looks like maybe like my old Ford Explorer. even though it's a completely different gray. I know we saw a Forester that had a lot less shimmer to it. All right. Oh, it's the Navigator. Of course it's the Navigator. The camera right now is overexposing this. This is a much darker shade of green than you can see here in the camera. But this is a big boy. This is a big boy of a car. And yeah, if I could afford something like this, and if I could drive this around the city, yeah, you know that I would have reached a certain level. But for right now, I have a bike, an electric bike, and a subway card that I never use. All right, let us look at the last remaining cars on this side. Oh, this is the Navigator again. It does look smaller. Well, of course, it's not on a pedestal and it's not in green. Navigator here. The Corsair again in a different color, a more sporty blue color than we saw before. And finally, I think this is exactly what we began with. This is the Aviator in the exact same color as before. Lincoln, again, is something that we've had in my family for a long time. I really do like these that they have presented here at the New York International Auto Show, but there are certain cars that speak to me now, and I'm not sure it's Lincoln at this point. Honestly, one of the ones that do speak to me and that I would think about getting is a base model Ford Bronco. Maybe that would work out. For now, I am not at the aspect where I would get this. But who knows? Maybe that'll be in the future. Guys, if you have any comments or questions, put it in the comment section below. Don't forget I'm on Instagram at m8b9. You can email me at matt8b9@gmail.com. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.